Brain Candy Podcast. Ooh, it's 12/12, and it's episode 872. Welcome.
Oh.
Brain Candy Podcast.
It's 72 sounds like that number sounds like it could be divisible by 12. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician, but it feels like it. 72
Yeah, it is.
Anyways, so. Ooh.
You're right. I'm not a mathematician.
But I play one on the podcast.
I love that idea that you'd have to be a mathematician to know
I'm no
72.
mathematician, but
it is,
that
in
what
fact.
I would do in my head.
This feels lucky. How's Sarah?
It does feel lucky. Yes.
It's the Yuletide season. How are you?
I am doing so great. This is the first year in a few years I've gotten my Christmas decorations up.
Wow.
It's very fun. It looks like Christmas exploded in this house.
No way.
Because it is a very small house, and I have a lot of decorations. So we squeezed them all in.
That's nice.
I got a tree up. I did the whole thing.
Holy heck. Is it a real one?
No, it's a fake one because I have it's like a slim tree, but it's super real looking. The last few people have come over. My brother was convinced it was real. So he was like, oh, this is a good one. Yeah. Shout out to Home Depot.
Shout out to Home Depot. I mean, It is such a treat when you have a faker that looks legit.
Yeah. And then I get those little scent things that you just hang on the tree. Those little scent
look at you.
that like make it smell like Christmas in here.
Maybe
light
I
a
need
candle.
those.
You're like good to go, you know? Because trees are expensive nowadays. Out here, they're like $100.
For sure.
Like every year, please. I got other things to spend my money on.
Whatever environmental stuff. It is a wash.
Right.
It's sort of like disposable diapers and reusables.
Right. At what point is it, like, how many years do you have to have your...
They say 20.
Oh, Lord. Okay, we got a few more years, girl.
She's in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
That long and lean gal.
Absolutely. I ain't moving. I'm staying put. So you'll see. I'll take a nice little photo of it, and you'll see what we're working with. I got the fire going, wood burning stove.
Nice.
Not stove,
so
but
cozy.
oven. It is nice, and I get to light a fire like every day I want to. That is very fun for the outdoorsy person in me.
Yeah, it's like bringing the outdoors inside.
Yes.
You got a tree in your house. You got fire in your house.
Fake tree, real fire. We're good.
All right. Well, this is good. This is very promising.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. How are you in this cozy season?
Oh, pretty good. Link's really into Christmas. Today he wore a Santa hat to school.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I like this.
He keeps playing Christmas music.
Oh my
I don't know. It
gosh.
must be a whole thing. I don't know.
What's his favorite Christmas song?
He's admitted that it's Mariah Carey.
Oh my goodness!
We did a countdown last night. Top 7 he did.
Wait, but have you had him hear Christmas rapping?
No. I'll play it for him tonight and see if that...
Tell me what I want to know. I want the real...
Maybe he'll love it.
It could go either way. I know.
You're the only one I know that thinks it's like the best one.
Well...
Let's be honest.
I was in Costa Rica... And it wasn't even around Christmas time, I think. I think it was after Christmas. And it was playing. I was like,
funny?
Oh my God, I recorded it.
You know how I do One Hit Wonder of the Day?
Yes.
Well, the waitresses are on the One Hit Wonder of the Day. It just does not include their Christmas. They're not saying the Christmas song is a hit. I don't know what their regular
feel like
one
that
is.
Should count as a hit.
I do too. It's an original. It's not like Oh Holy Night or something.
Right.
I know. But maybe it wasn't a hit. Maybe it didn't crack the top 40, which is my criterion.
Oh.
You know, maybe it was like 50 or something.
Research on the old Christmas rapping.
Yeah, so I always see them in the list, and I'm like, should I? I'll save it. I'll save it as a treat.
Yes.
Like the waitresses will be the one hit wonder.
What's the other song? I know it.
Damned if I know. Let me find it right now.
Yeah. Waitresses.
Okay.
I feel like I should know this.
I'll pull up my list, which I have at the ready. It's called I Know What Boys... Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I know what boys like. I know what guys want. Yeah.
I already did that one, actually.
Oh, that is a great karaoke song.
Yeah, it is.
Especially now that I am only dating women. That's very funny for me.
Yeah, right. Maybe this could be your new one. Instead of It's Raining Men.
Just like...
It really feels appropriate.
Really yes.
The shift feels natural.
That's funny.
Because you think you're going to get a song about what boys like,
yeah,
but you're not.
No.
The waitresses say, no. All right. Let's get started, Sarah.
Yeah, let's.
I mean, I'll hold off talking about
what
the Yacht Rock documentary because it's all I really want to talk about.
I haven't even. Why don't we just start there?
I mean, we can.
When I saw your post on the old gram that said you've watched it twice.
Yeah.
And
it had just come out like the day before. I mean, to be fair.
I have to know. Like, I do love Yacht Rock.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Singing it. I do.
Because I feel like you should like it. Is that your favorite one?
Probably not. We would have to go through the list of some. But it's one of those things where, like, I know all the words, but don't know why. And I love music like that.
Well, the documentary begins with Questlove talking about how
I love Questlove.
Yacht Rock is always there when you need it. Like if you're, it's just always in the grocery store, wherever,
in the ether.
But it's also there when you don't need it, like in the dentist chair or whatever. It's like, it's just ubiquitous. It's always
yes.
The soundtrack
it is
of our
off-white
lives.
paint.
And
I want to look up some Yacht Rock songs.
There was a guy in the documentary who said, Yacht Rock, like, it doesn't rock, but it rocks.
You're a rich girl. Oh, my God, because it's so many hollow notes. Oh, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl. That is an amazing song.
One hit wonder also.
That, I actually, I'm looking through the top 100. I have so many green check marks, like, already saved on my Spotify, like in my, Sarah Smile, please. I mean, hello.
It goes without saying.
I mean.
I don't understand why you haven't watched it yet. If I've watched it twice and gave it rave reviews, like, what are you waiting for?
Right down the line. So fantastic.
I know.
Oh, these songs are so good.
They're so good. And what I loved about the film, number one, it's cute. Like there's a wink to it, there is with any discussion of Yacht Rock. There's like a knowing wink where, like, this is silly. Like, it's a subgenre.
It's like the kind of music that would wear one of those novelty sailor hats.
Well, that's true. And all the, like, bands that travel around. Like, I saw Yachtly Crew.
Stop being hilarious.
They wear the hats, like the captain hats. But the truth is, like, at the time, like in the 70s and 80s, when these songs were being created, it wasn't meant to be, number one, an intentional genre, and it wasn't like silly like that.
Right.
They were just making music. They didn't even think anything of it.
They're just like
lightly. But I mean, so there's this sense of humor about it that I love, but there's also a true musical discussion in the film about, like, what is it that makes a song yacht rock? And they tell you, they provide the information about the chords, the origins, the percussive elements, all the shit that I love.
I love that. So there was a show on Vice Network. I think it was called Noisy, and something like that. It was music in different cities.
Oh, yeah.
And so they would have, like, the Atlanta rap scene, and then they would have, like, Las Vegas music scene, and how the culture of that location changed the sound of the music and changed the whole vibe of the music. And I think about that time where people were, like, making that yacht rock kind of sound and the kind of parties that would be taking place. And I could imagine it's like holding a martini glass and, like, in that kind of, like, late mid-century sort of style home, like, now maybe 10 years old, or, so that, like, and it's kind of like those, like, lampshade party style kind of vibes I pick up. And it's just interesting.
The lyricists, or in this case, like, the listener, is permitted as a man to be in touch with their feelings. Like, a lot of the songs are about, like, being a fool. Like, fucking fell for it again.
Yeah. Which
what
is
a fool
like exactly
believes.
what country is about, too.
Right, but country, that's why the Eagles are not considered yacht rock, because they are too country.
Oh.
Yacht rock has jazz and R&B influence.
Yes, for sure. Right? Smoother.
There's more soul, which is one of my favorite yacht rock hits, which is George Benson. Turn your love around. Dun, 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 dun. He's a black artist, but he's yacht rock, baby.
Nice.
And he was a jazz artist. And he's from Pittsburgh, and I love him. Oh. And I've been trying to get an interview with him. George, if you're listening, George Benson, I love you.
Play that clip.
Come on the Brain Candy podcast. Let's talk. I love you.
Or sing.
Or sing, yeah. But it was such a delight to watch and to learn more about this subgenre and really Michael McDonald. Tip of the hat to you.
Yes.
Sir. He's really holding the whole thing down.
Are these artists that were at a time where they are now able to get royalties and all that stuff for their, like, are they still making money off of these elevator music? Like,
oh, kinda, yeah.
Okay, good. I just like make sure.
Toto, they were huge. Like, which is another one. Africa is one of my all-time favorites. But they were cool because they were session musicians, so they were just like nerdy music guys.
That's cool. Those guys are very talented.
Play anything, and they all played on thousands of records that you've all heard.
I love that.
But then someone was like, "You guys should just like be a band," and then they did, and then they were awesome.
And then Weezer covered their song, and
it was good.
Really good.
Yeah, because they didn't try to get creative. Thank you, Weezer.
Weezer covered that song because some girl, I think she was young, like wrote
she led
to them
like a
and
campaign.
was like, yeah. Was like, you guys have to do this. And they did. Isn't that great?
That's something I would do. What if I was like, you know what, it was me? I'll tell you what was me.
It
totally is. What is me is getting cozy. And that's what I do with Cozy Earth. They have amazing bedding and what?
Continue.
Hold everything.
Susie.
And pajamas. What?
I
did it. Right now.
I took a video. I'm so freaking glad I did. I did it because I listened to you and I was like, I got to get these sheets.
You got to get
Plus,
the sheets.
I was using like king size sheets that I had like refitted to fit my queen. No, we're not about that life. Get some new sheets. You're a grown up, Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh my holy softness.
They're great.
I had no idea what you were talking about. Like, I had their sweatshirt, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is cozy and amazing and wonderful.
It is.
It is. But those bed sheets, I got them out of the package, washed them, put them on my bed, had my first night's sleep on them last night. What is that magic material?
What is it? It is amazing. Bamboo, baby. I don't know. It's amazing, and it's soft and temperature control or something. It's like magic.
I felt super cool. And as a menopausal
woman,
I need that in my life.
For real, unparalleled comfort.
Yes.
And their pajama set, don't sleep on that either. It's sort of like everyday luxury. Yeah, but sleep on. Okay. Want your Cozy Earth pajamas by Christmas? Order by December 13th for free shipping. Okay, right away. Do it.
Right now.
Missed
oh, my
it?
gosh.
You can still get expedited shipping until December 20th to ensure it arrives in time. But don't wait. Head to cozyearth.com/braincandy and use our exclusive 40% off code BRAINCANDY to give the gift of luxury this holiday season. And, you know, the survey, tell them Brain Candy sent you. By the way, I keep meaning to tell this story whenever I do Cozy Earth about... Adam, I hope you're not mad at me, but this is a funny story. We've lived in this house for 4 years, okay?
Yeah.
That's the preface.
Yeah.
I, the other day, said, hey, Adam, can you put this, whatever it was, in the linen closet? And he said, I would, but I don't know where that is.
Oh. That is so many husbands, I think.
He swears up and down that it's because he didn't know that it was called a linen closet.
I was going to say, maybe this is, I'm going to go Team Adam. And I'm going to say, in maybe he's British and maybe they got some other name for it.
It's because he's British.
And maybe you just like got to say it with an accent and then he'll understand or something.
What else would you call a linen closet?
No idea. Just that.
Okay. Well, at any rate, that made me laugh real hard. And has been enjoyed. It's shared others since it happened. Okay. Anyway, the Yacht Rock documentary is on Max. It's truly a work of art. Watch it. It's so much fun. You'll know all the songs, even if you think you don't know what Yacht Rock is.
Yes.
What a Fool Believes is the quintessential. Okay.
But I love Yachtly Crew. That is really funny.
It was really fun.
So it's Motley Crue, but like with Yacht Rock?
No, it's just a pun with randos. Like they call themselves Yachtly Crew. And they sing Yacht Rock, but it's just regular people.
That would be very funny if they took Motley Crue songs and reform it to make them into... Because I was like, okay, I'm going to do that with like the Misfits and make it like the Misships or something. And like, and do like all like punk songs, but
Smoking in the boys' room.
Yes. Just slow it down. And
I wish it wasn't, but it was still good.
That's very funny. I like it.
All right, let's talk about your hysterectomy.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So
freaking A. I love talking about this shit.
Sarah's like, I'm so glad. I thought you'd never ask.
I thought you never. Nobody ever seems to care about this, and I got a lot to talk about.
There was an article in the New York Times, and the title was something like, had a hysterectomy? Like, what did the doctor take? Or something like that. It was sort of like exploring this idea that a hysterectomy isn't like one thing, right?
No, it's 1,000.
That they could take like various items out of your body and like maybe you should check. So, okay. First of all, even after having done this with you, because, I feel like I went through it too.
Yes, that's fair. You were probably more aware. I was all drugged up the whole time.
Yeah, I was definitely more sober than you were during the process. Well, for starters, I didn't know. Okay, there's different kinds of hysterectomy. Sarah had a radical.
Yeah, the fucking coolest one.
Which is like fucking cool, badass.
It's fucking rips. Yeah.
It's a radical.
Yeah.
Then there's a partial.
Yeah.
And that, what is a radical to you?
Radical means they're taking everything. So they took my ovaries, fallopian tube, uterus, cervix.
Yeah.
And then they create sew it all up at the end and create a vaginal cuff.
A little pocket,
basically.
A cuff. They shouldn't call it
I
that.
know. I hate the fucking name
they
for it.
They should call it like something sexy.
Right.
Like a pussy pouch or something.
Yeah. Hello. Pussy pocket.
Okay, well, I didn't know this, but technically speaking, a radical hysterectomy refers only to the uterus and cervix.
Oh.
That they could have theoretically not taken your ovaries, and it would still be considered a full-blown hysterectomy.
Radical. Yeah.
Because the procedure to remove ovaries is called a oophorectomy.
Yes.
Okay.
I had both. Yes, that's true.
Yes. So
it
it's
does
like,
say that on my medical chart.
If your ovaries were removed, then that is a separate named thing that may or may not happen to you regardless of your hysterectomy situation.
Yeah.
Okay. So then this article was saying, so you should check because like a third of people thought that their ovaries were gone, but they weren't.
Whoa.
Right? So they like thought one thing happened.
Okay. For fucking sure you need to check because it wasn't until I went into my own charts and started reading stuff where I was like, and then it wasn't until I went to PT where they looked at my chart and they said, how's any like bladder issues because they rearranged your urethra. That was all twisted. And I was like, what? There were so many other things that they did in there that were beyond all things that they needed to do, but beyond what, like when I came out, nobody said like, okay, here's the list of everything that we did. And I even asked my doctor for that. I was like, can we meet and can you tell me everything that you took out? And like, I need to know.
Yeah, I want some inventory.
Yeah.
What's in there?
Right.
What did you do to it?
Right.
And what do I need to know?
And they gave me this face of like, everything.
Okay.
Like,
well, okay, good to know. But then there's consequences to that. So then this article went on and on.
Yep.
And it felt like fire and brimstone regarding the removal of those darn ovaries. It is no good.
This is very validating. Tell the people.
So here's what it said about if you do have your ovaries removed, and you are, like Sarah, premenopausal when this happens, that it's highly consequential. And that a woman who has had her ovaries removed before they're menopausal is 35 times more likely to die of cardiovascular disease, 3 times as likely to die of hip fracture.
Yeah, for breaking bones, osteoporosis, and a stroke.
Yes. And cognitive decline and dementia, lived shorter lives, fared worse in almost every category compared to those who kept their ovaries.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Looking real good for me.
Did they say, like, we had to? Those ovaries specifically?
Yep.
They were riddled?
I would want so diseased. I saw the pictures. And when I see photos of, oh, God, it made, like...
I mean, Sarah did show me the pictures, too, to be fair.
When I see photos of people who, like, when I go to other, like, endometriosis, like, diagnosis, like, Instagram accounts or whatever, that'll show images of other uteruses or other ovaries that have endometriosis on them.
Yeah.
I'm like, where? And they're like, see, this is all over. Mine was like, that's why they made a face. There was no missing. It was black. It wasn't even like, a lot of them are just discolored, or like some of them are white. You'd like, mine was so, they most of the time they scrape them off and they like count them. They didn't even bother doing that. They just skinned everything. They took all the skin from all the insides of me off.
So
and
disturbing.
Off of my like rectum and colon and urethra and bladder.
It's awful.
Yeah, it was real shitty. So yeah, there was no. And now,
and then
I know the
partner
different
didn't
now.
Want to make you dinner,
right?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
It was so bad. I felt so alone during that time. Thank God for you and for some friends.
It was just like it. This article was saying that it affects skin elasticity, heart health, brain health, and bone density. And that it used to be the case that these male doctors were just like, yeah, just take it all. Pfft, who cares? She if especially if she were not of childbearing or wasn't interested in having children, it was just like, yeah, just clean house.
Right.
Without considering that maybe these ovaries are life affirming and have an impact.
Huge.
Outside of babies.
And let me tell you, you will become like not a different person, because I know I am, it's still me, but it's like a different person.
Mm-hmm. Well, because we're all just chemicals.
Yeah. So when you take those chemicals away, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get really like pragmatic, and it's very strange.
Tell you what's not strange, and that's like how much we all love pictures and memories and looking at them. And thanks to Aura Frames, you can look at all of your memories and photos and add them digitally for like a revolving video.
It's the best. I don't know why I waited so long to not have one of these kind of picture frames, because
they're so nice.
This is like, we love this kind of, like, don't you love when you just get like a random pop-up like carousel of memories of photos?
Yeah,
and you can
it's
have
like
that
Instagram
in your house
without the soul-crushing nightmare.
Right.
It's
my friend,
so nice.
My friend who's a photographer has been on this for years, and she has it in her house, and it is beautiful. Anytime she goes on a vacation, she takes gorgeous photos, and then she'll do the rotating like slideshow of photos for that particular trip, and then just kind of rotate through the trips like every time. And so she has beautiful photos of like Africa scrolling through there when you go to her house. Hello. Love it.
It's so nice. And if you you can, from your phone, or your like your family member can send a photo to your frame, let's say you're not near your family. Yeah, like if you're not near your family, like they can do it if they want to. And it's like just such a gift because it's this revolving thing. My brother got one whenever his wife was sick, and it was meant to be by her bed when she was sick. And like we could send photos and to cheer her up or, whatever. And it's just such a nice thing to be able to do and share with your family. And in this case, like, there's all kinds of like features. So the light brightness of the frame adjusts to like the room light. So if it's like dim in your room, it's not like you have this glaring nightmare of like, oh, there's my mom.
Right.
It dims itself as well. There's like an interactive touch bar, and they have unlimited free storage space. So like these pictures.
This is how we should be. We took all the digital photos. Everything's digital anyway. This is how we should be displaying them. Right?
So you can, and you can save on this perfect gift, which is so such a nice gift, by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code BRAINCANDY at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code BRAINCANDY. The deal is exclusive to listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. All of our codes are on our website, too, thebraincandypodcast.com. Okay. Yeah, Sarah, so like this thing you've gone through, you've had to learn about it because you experienced it, but like most people are not familiar, and doctors are not consistent with what they're calling like a hysterectomy and like being precise about the language.
And the other thing is I learned about this after I already had one, after I woke up, and they were like, okay, we took everything. And because I never in a million years thought it was going to be the worst case scenario. I thought, I was like, nah, I'm probably just like, fine. It's probably nothing. Nope. So I wish that I had some sort of like online webinar or like some sort of group, I don't know, group therapy session or something to just talk about this and to understand a little bit more about what was going on with my body. I was thinking that maybe they need me to do those. Maybe I need to reach out to my doctor.
Yeah, like these are the possible outcomes, and here's what each one means.
And wouldn't it be more fun if it was delivered kind of like the comedy traffic school, how they have funny people do traffic school? Do they ever have that where you live?
I don't know.
That was like a big thing in California. Like if in California, if you get a traffic ticket and you have to go to like traffic school, you can go to comedy traffic school, which is where comedians and people who are funny and in the entertainment industry work as like traffic school instructors, and they teach it, but it's funny. And so wouldn't it be fun to go to like, hey, learn about your hysterectomy, but from somebody who's going to deliver it in a fun way, like me.
All right, well, we should campaign for this because something needs to give because people don't know what they're signing up for.
Yeah, and hormone therapy, like that is a whole thing. Like I have got to go on testosterone or get some other hormones going in here because it's like, it's a whole thing.
You're dead inside?
Kinda.
Yeah, right. See, when women have no intervention from like the old testosterone, we become just like... fine.
I'm just like, whatever. And like, no, like I will work out and lift weights, but you can't build muscle, which is like really annoying.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like I need a little bit of boost. And I just wish they would have done a baseline test of all my hormones before they took everything out. That would have been the smart thing to do. So if you're going to get a hysterectomy, if you are somebody who is thinking about this or has endometriosis, please get a full blood panel or whatever they call it done to test all of your hormonal levels before, so that afterwards they just match those. And you don't have to play the guessing game of like, oh, well, we're going to wait and see, blah, blah, blah. So,
yeah.
Good
that's
advice. My non-medical advice from me.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah. Very validating. Thank you, Suze.
You're welcome. How about that hooker that, like, got on a flight from New York to Paris without a ticket somehow?
Oh, the stowaway? Is this the same thing?
I don't know if she's a stowaway.
I saw an article that I saved and I haven't read it yet, and it was like stowaway flights. Like I don't know the rest of it, but I just remember the word stowaway, and I'm like, oh my God, are we talking about the same story? Or is this the same story?
I don't think maybe, but I wouldn't call her a stowaway. She just snuck on and then spent 7 hours going from bathroom to bathroom because she didn't have a seat. And
there wasn't any empty seat you could have sat in, girl. I don't believe it. No middle seats.
For real?
I don't believe that every single one was sold out. I mean, I'm just saying, there's more to this story. This is not the important part of the story.
Yeah, and I want to know how she did it. I can barely get to my gate with a ticket because I feel like they're so on top of it and like questioning everything.
Airline?
That's a good question.
A very casual one. This seems French, but they said the LA to Paris. What was it? New York to Paris? Yeah. This is not a U.S.
This is New York. Oh, it's Delta. It was Delta, Sarah.
Flag
and I'll tell you, that has not been my experience on Delta or any other airline. I buy a ticket and I feel like I don't belong.
Right. I just remember in their video, smoking is not allowed. And she's like very finger waggy. Like if anybody flies Delta, you know what I'm talking about.
But evidently what is allowed is somebody like just sneaking on somehow and then going from bathroom to bathroom. I don't know. And I don't know how she did it. But here's my hot take.
Okay.
If you can go 7 hours bathroom to bathroom, you have earned your flight to Paris.
I'm with you.
That is hard.
I'm just like, come on, give her a little, just let her go. Like,
what do you think she looks like, Sarah?
I think there's some pretty privilege going on here. You know?
Oh my God, she's for sure hot.
Yeah.
Right.
How do we know that? Because that is pretty privilege, right?
Because everyone's like, she's walking down the aisle again, going to that bathroom. Who cares? There's no way she has diarrhea because she's so hot.
Right.
Who cares?
She's just probably fixing her face.
She's just putting
doing her
makeup
skincare
on.
routine. Right.
For real, though, how did she get on there? Because when you have to scan your barcode at the gate and it never works right, and then the lady yells or whatever.
Like she's pretty, but she's chaotic. Like she's pretty,
manic
but her
pixie dream girl.
Yes, she is a manic pixie dream girl.
I want to be that.
I'm writing fan fiction. We could draw. I imagine she has one of those. She's carrying a paisley quilted bag. You know what I mean? Like what? There's a brand.
That is such a funny idea, and you have taught me so much about manic pixie dream girls. I don't know how you know so much about them.
I think
you've
come
observed
from a long line
them
of manic pixie dream women.
You object to the girl part.
Now they're older.
They're women. They're of age.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I think
say
I grew up.
Great.
Yes, I was raised by a manic pixie dream girl.
Yeah. Well, hey, I want to be one.
Right.
I don't have that energy is the problem.
Yeah, and I don't have that. It's like chutzpah. Like it's like a thing like where you could just like
they
ask
don't even know they're
for
doing
anything.
It.
They don't. You're just like, I don't know what the word for that is. Where you're just like unapologetically like.
I think maybe entitled.
Oh, okay.
Like they're so used to getting everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't occur to them that this doesn't happen to most people.
Yeah.
Sarah, I want to be it. They get everything.
I think you don't have the right ingredients inside. Like you have to
inside.
You have to like in your heart, you have to.
You can't you try to be it. You either are or you're not.
Right. And
that's not us.
It's kind of like you can even tell, like the same with narcissists, where you can like tell them they're a narcissist or say it, and they don't even care. They just it doesn't even register to them that it's not like the same. I'm not saying it's like a personality disorder, but I'm just saying it's
a personality. What's the opposite of disorder? Like superpower. It's a personality superpower.
Right. They can get what they want. They can.
Wow. All right.
Adventurous.
Well, it made me laugh real hard.
I have to know
7 hours, bathroom to bathroom. Think about how, like, an international flight, how, like, it's just never ending. And that lady was hooking. She was just going one bathroom to the next.
Just doing laps.
That's a lot of work. All right.
I wonder, did she eat snacks? Did she enjoy an in-flight meal? How did she, like, I can imagine her waiting for, like, the cart to go by and, like,
oh my God.
And then just trying to look casual. Like, manic pixie dream.
We know the type.
We're going to have to see what she looked. Her photo will eventually surface.
I'll tell you what will surface, and that's a picture of me wearing my Honey Love leggings.
Yes. 'Tis the season.
I wear them almost every day now because I'm a gym rat.
Yes, you are. Pump club. No problem building muscle over there.
I was thinking about how you said, like, no matter how many times you wash them, they don't pill. I thought, well, I'm really testing this because I have 3 pairs, but I wear them almost every day for the gym situation. I'm like, if they're going to pill, I'll find out.
Yeah. My mom was just here from Costa Rica, and it was cold while she was here, especially for her, coming from tropical climate.
Yeah.
So I gave them to her to wear under her pants, just like you taught me. And she was very toasty warm.
Yeah, they are great layering. They're great just for the gym or running around. Then there's the bras. Their shapewear in general is just very supportive, high quality, comfortable. It's all really nice stuff. The black dress.
Yes.
Beautiful stuff. You guys will love it. Their products are amazing. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market. Shop Honey Love's holiday sale. Save an additional 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/braincandy. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/braincandy to find your perfect fit. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. It's time to ditch the underwire, that's for sure.
Yes.
For good, thanks to Honey Love.
Oh, yeah. Who's wearing that? I cannot.
Ugh, no thank you. Okay. There is an art exhibit in France that is focused on human nudity.
Okay.
And
that's a place to do it.
That's true. And most people just go to it, but they did have a special event where you could come and also disrobe.
Oh.
And so 600 people showed up for this exhibit. And
that is a lot of people naked in one place. Oh, the smells.
Sarah, like this was covered in the New York Times, and the photos, it's just rear ends as far as the eye can see, just like asses.
I just know what that place is going to smell like. Like, just
there's no buffer.
There's no buffer. You need a buffer.
You need a buffer.
Yes, that clothes are basically just fart catchers.
I think people like to convince themselves, like the hippy dippy types, like to convince themselves that clothes are just like a result of shame. That's not true.
That's not true. No.
Even the uncontacted people use stuff on their private parts because there are holes into your body. That's why.
Yeah. And we've evolved. We've talked about this, that as humans began to stand upright, there was different. It's like something with the like lice that they were able to trace back, like when we started wearing clothes because of the origins of different body lice and stuff like that. Come on, hippies.
Yeah, the crabs don't lie.
Right, we got to be wearing clothes because we got. Come on.
You know. Like, I already knew this, and I already was on that side. But if I were on the fence, in the article, there was a moment where a 22-year-old woman was describing her sort of mental preparation to attend.
Uh-huh.
And she was feeling trepidatious about her tampon string.
Uh-huh.
But once she went, she realized that was just super silly. And I was like, was it? Those things aren't foolproof. Literally anybody that's ever used one knows sometimes things escape.
Right.
And you're not wearing anything to capture it. Ma'am, this isn't about shame. This is just about logistics.
Right.
There's drippage.
Right. Oh, and so many mysterious witnesses. So much mysterious witnesses. So much.
I didn't even think about how this is your phobia at work.
I don't like it. And the thing that's worse than mysterious witness is not mysterious witness. You know what I mean?
God, the only thing worse than mysterious witness is
certain
evidentiary witness. Where there's no mystery whatsoever.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't. I'm not. And listen, I love a naked body. Give me, woof. I love boobs. I can't help it.
Who doesn't?
I look at yours all the time. I cannot help it. I'm only human.
Right. Does that make you gay or does that make you human?
Like, come on. Right. Gonna, like, get them done all nice. What do you want me to not look at them? Come on.
$7,020.
Yeah. And 20 and what? 20 and $1?
That was the 20.
Oh, that was the 20.
The candle.
$7,020. Oh, that's so funny.
Listen, though, Sarah, I want to know if you agree with me about this. Okay, so people naked, and believe me, if you go to the New York Times article, you will just see just butts, and in the group shot, not one female butt.
Yeah,
all male butts.
This is that feels. Oh, I just don't like. Let me take that back. I like female nudity. I don't like male nudity because it's
gross. Yeah, because nobody does. Even straight women don't like. Maybe gay men do, but straight women don't like male nudity.
They are fucking picky. They need it to be like they're like.
Yeah, like Playgirl.
You take care of it and do something like they're like.
Yeah, they don't want the whole wrinkly, leathery, hairy
unless that's
weirdness.
their type, in which case they're very specific about that. So, but there's some maintenance, there's some stuff. I don't want straight guy bodies.
Yeah. Ugh. Sarah, okay. So, like I said, there's just a sea of old men butts. Then in the article, you have all these like naive ladies being like, oh, it's so nice that we can like showcase our bodies and have it not be sexual.
Oh, it's fucking sexual.
Bad news for you, dumbass.
Right. He may, oh my God. He's not jerking off to you now, but he's fucking going to later. Get the fuck out of here.
Forevermore. Like,
come on.
You have to suspend reason to think.
Have they go to Korean day spas. Go to a Korean spa. Same thing, women only. You're going to feel great. It feels like nobody's looking at it. You're like, yes, body. You're saying, look at all these different shapes and parts and all this. Like,
we're
it's very normalizing.
Bag of bones.
Skin suit. Do that there with the women. Like, as soon as you add the male gaze, it changes things. Don't try to tell me.
You're out of your freaking mind.
You're out of your mind. You are lying to yourself.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, because they're at a freaking museum. Oh, they're elevated. Get out of here.
Come on. You know what? No, because I think of that woman in, that French woman who
Hero.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who found out her husband was doing a whole bunch of shady shit. Like, we cannot let, even when men are pretending to be. No, sorry.
Listen,
sorry.
I can't help that I'm
70,
straight.
80, however many of them. And that. Like, don't pretend. Like, oh, well, in France, they're more sexually liberal. Nope, that was there. Sorry.
Yeah. They have you duped.
Yeah.
For real.
And young girls. Those are the same girls who fall for the, oh, I'm a photographer. Let me take some photos of you to build your portfolio. I fell for that. Fuck all the way off with that.
I fell for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. get out of here. But all the quotes were like that, where like people were like, yeah, it's so nice to just be normal and whatever. And then some guy was like, looking at a girl totally naked is not exciting. And I'm like,
liar.
Is this your line? Right.
Well, then,
I mean, yes, it is.
What he did
I'm straight and it's exciting.
I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Please.
What is exciting for you then, sir? That's fucking freak. That's scary.
Yeah. I hate
Maybe
it.
you need to, like, desensitize a little bit or whatever, like, whatever the word is. Like, become desensitized to this. Or maybe you are desensitized to this and you shouldn't be, is what I'm trying to say.
Also, I didn't know that, like, nudists don't want to be called that anymore. They want to be called... They want to be called naturists.
Oh, I've heard this. Natural naturists. Yeah.
I mean, you can put lipstick on a pig, but...
That is... I feel like...
Who are you
if
kidding?
you are going to be a quote-unquote naturist, then you have to recognize the way that we have evolved to need clothes. If we all were covered in hair, I wouldn't be having this debate. I'd be like, yeah, go out, naturist. Isn't it crazy that I'm putting a sweater over a sweater? Like, if we were all covered in hair, that's how I would feel. But we're not, so I have a sweater on.
Yeah, Sarah. I like when you tell people who's boss.
Well, you know, I try to keep people rooted in reality here. I'll go with you down that road, but I'm going to redirect you to the main street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like, hey, if you're fine with all of that and you still want to go and get naked, knock yourself out. Have fun.
Right. Do you. But don't
it.
I don't want you to believe this.
And don't try to bamboozle
falsehood.
Me.
Right.
Please.
Yes.
We're just natural.
In the words of Judge Judy, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Exactly. Okay, right. You have fun at your museum.
Right.
But let me tell you, it's sexual.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll tell you that I felt like as a child there were some ways that was used as like grooming.
And gaslighting, being like, what?
Yes.
Please.
That
Exactly.
was
Sarah.
absolutely used as a way to say that nothing wrong here because we looked at a picture of the David and he's naked. So why can't this happen? Nope. Nope. No.
Don't bring David into this.
Right.
Okay. Oh, also they had to wear shoes, which I thought was really funny.
Oh my God, that is so funny because it's always funny that that's like the safety, the closed-toed shoes, but no clothes.
It's even weird, like when you have like if you're at the beach or the pool and you wear a bathing suit and then you have shoes on. It's always so weird.
I was somewhere. Oh, I was at the pool. I just went swimming the other day. I was at the pool and it said no outside clothes or shoes in the pool. And I was like, who the fuck is wearing their shoes in the pool? Then I fell asleep during it, but I want to go back because the movie's so good. I think it's called like The Girl in the Water, about the first woman who swam the British Channel.
Yes.
Or the English Channel.
Yes.
Everybody was right.
I saw that one.
It is so me. It is, of course I love that movie. I'm pissed I fell asleep. But in the opening scenes, they're all swimming with shoes on. And I was like, holy shit, maybe that was a thing.
Yeah. Right.
Wild.
But it feels so weird. Like anytime you've ever been having to wear like a bathing suit, like a proper bikini or a one piece.
And shoes.
And then like shoes.
It feels like a joke. Don't you all of a sudden feel like you're wearing clown shoes too?
Yes.
Why is that? Like if you're all of a sudden you're like,
these shoes are so big.
These shoes
like
are
flippers.
Yes. Every pair of shoes becomes flippers when you are in a bathing suit. That is very funny.
That's so funny. We have to work on that for our pretend
that
act
is a great
that we don't
bit.
have.
Yes, because everybody knows that, and I swear to God, nobody's said that before.
All right, everybody listening, just pretend like you never heard.
You never heard that, because we'll make that happen in
but you
some
do
stand-up bit.
You do have to acknowledge that you did hear us talk about how cool, whether you're nude or not, pair eyewear is.
Absolutely. Now there's a look. Naked
that
with
is
glasses. I think that is hot.
Right. It would distract me from whatever you got going on below your neck.
Yeah.
But you'd also be able to see properly. And Pear Eyewear, we love you. You have amazing styles. You're constantly adding to the collection. I can try on the looks at home from my computer with the digital amazing
and we don't want
technology.
A naturist shame. Maybe like this is the exact thing for them, because if they are not going to wear clothes, they can change up their look by slapping on some different frames.
Maybe they could get nude ones.
There you go. And
just like a beige.
Or monochromatic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or you could do like, you know, a theme or a style to go with the holiday or your outfit. They have a million different kinds. And then you can get the magnetic toppers so you can change out as much as you want and get sunglasses, which are awesome too. So like if you have prescription lenses and then you get the magnetic sunglass toppers, then your sunglasses are prescription.
Prescription. Boom. Taken care of.
Okay. Get matching pairs for the family. Stuff a stocking
cute.
or gift a pair to yourself. Save 15% with code BCP at paireyewear.com. Support the show by mentioning Brain Candy Podcast in your post-checkout survey. That's 15% off at paireyewear.com. Code BCP.
Yes.
All right, that was super funny and hilarious. Thank you for engaging. Next up, this is just like a quick question. There was an article about how there's a lot of like hand-wringing about Gen Z and their literacy. And like,
what does hand-wringing mean?
Like, oh,
I hear
I'm
that
so
all the
worried.
time. But,
It's like,
okay, I see. Oh,
yeah.
like that. Like, okay, got it.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm so concerned.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, because the way that like the high school system is with the testing being the important thing.
Right.
Teachers have moved away from like reading like an entire book into reading like passages, and a lot of like people act like this is some big deal, that they don't know how to read like a whole book and immerse themselves in it. Okay, fine. Maybe that's true. I don't know. But what we do know is that like Gen Z overall kind of feels like books aren't as important, especially like books that maybe college professors would want you to read. And that if they do read, for example, like book talk on TikTok, you know, where they get really into like, I don't know, Colleen Hoover.
I know exactly.
They're more into like maybe
things.
like
Fantasy,
fun, like fantasy or romance or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't care to debate all that because that's like another thing for me to worry about. But do you think it matters what you're reading?
No.
Okay, so your opinion is any book is fine.
And I think that all of us can remember a time where I think even the passionate readers, I love reading. I love when we have a book club, like our last book was so good. When we find a book club pick that you could just really immerse yourself in, it's so fantastic and wonderful. But I didn't read any of the fucking books that were assigned to me in high school.
Yeah.
I always got A's in my book reports, but I was not interested in doing anything that somebody was telling me to do at that age. And I think that is, we're just seeing that it just looks different now.
Okay. So do you feel like certain books have greater value? Or do you feel like...
Yes, I do think that other books have greater value, but I think that we should be making people excited to learn, and I don't care how they do that. I don't care what they want to read. If you want to read fucking instruction manuals, great, whatever. Because there might be a day where you go, I think I am ready to pick up that book. Like, I reread... There's a few of those. Like, I think it was Animal Farm. Read that as an adult. Like, I'm glad I did, because I didn't understand any of the things that were going on, even though I wrote the book report about it. I don't know what I was talking about. So I think that if we make people excited about learning or about information or about finding, even if it's reading whatever they want to read, like that will stick with you, and that will turn up somewhere else in your life when you are ready to read those classics.
Yeah, because even a separate article I was reading about young people reading was saying that, because there's often these statistics or these declarations that young people's literacy levels are not great.
Right.
And I think that what this article was saying, that really what they're talking about is that the decision to choose to read for pleasure has gone down.
Yeah.
That naturally, if you have a phone.
Right. And use of digital, like everything, that's gone up. Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah. And like, they're all upset about it, but it's like, well, so is yours. Whoever's writing this. Like, these phones are great and so tempting.
Right.
It takes enormous discipline to choose something harder.
Right. And you're going to expect people that don't even have a developed prefrontal cortex to do that? I'm sorry. Not going to happen.
Yeah, and I don't like judging them about it.
I don't either.
I judge them about other things, these Gen Zs. Yeah.
But not about this.
No. I would do the same thing. If I was 16. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'll watch the movies. Yeah.
So you don't care if they're reading Colleen Hoover or whatever?
No, I don't. The fact that they're reading, great. Don't even care.
All right, here's something to be mad about.
Okay. I love one of these.
A British judge determined that referring to somebody as bald as like an insult.
Oh my God.
Did you see
I fucking saw this. Continue.
Was sexual harassment in the workplace. So this man sued his employer because his boss called him a stupid, bald cunt during a fight that they were having. And he claimed that the bald part was sexual harassment, and the judge agreed.
But not the cunt part.
And frankly, I don't know whether it was cunt or cock, because it just said C asterisk asterisk asterisk.
Oh.
Do you think it was cock or cunt?
Cunt.
Yeah, because they're British.
Yeah, and it sounds better. That's what you would say.
Yeah, it's what you would say. And he is.
Yeah.
And the judge said the bald part was sexual harassment. And I want to know, did we misunderstand what sexual harassment was?
This feels like Yeah, we got a different definition because this...
Yeah. It was about the act of sex. Like, hitting on somebody. And the judge was using it as, like, directed at men. Because men are the bald ones.
Well, let's think if you were to replace that with something that's... like if it were a female and...
like the tampon string.
You... small-titted C word.
But tits are a sexual organ. Right. Baldness has nothing to do with...
There you go. That we can't find... That's how you play this game, is you got to flip it around and you think, what would... So, like, if I said you long-haired, like... C word, that wouldn't... And I
certainly wouldn't think it was sexual harassment. It's just mean.
Women too. So
that's what the lawyer tried to claim.
I don't know about. I don't. The thing that pisses me off is that this is getting. He's doing the same thing as it's like not the same, but it feels like the same energy as the people who want to prosecute against false claims of sexual assault. That we're going to take one example of that where there's the ratio of false claims to real claims or things that go unreported is like fucking 1,000 million to 1, you know. That one's going to get the attention. And this feels somehow similar. Like, there are all these women who are absolutely getting, and other people who are victims of sexual assault, or like what the hell is the term?
Sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment. Thank you. Sexual harassment in the workplace. And this is the guy we're going to like put all of our energy towards. Like
Harvey Weinstein, and then this lady who just called that guy bald.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Are you kidding me? Same
and they're
going to
get the same. Right. This feels like that. I don't like that. I mean, tell me how this is going to like help.
And like, show your face, sir, and your head. Show your head, because I want to see what.
Can it just be that she was being
mean?
Mean?
Yeah, and that's different,
right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
When you know the judge is a man.
Oh, the lawyer.
Right. The judge is a dude, of course. Ask a lady judge if calling a man bald is sexual harassment. Get the fuck out of here. Even Larry David would agree. And he has a real problem with being bald.
Right. Yeah, I would be interested to know what a female judge would say.
All right. Well, I'm mad about it.
Me
All right.
too.
Let me just do one quick other thing before we go, even though I've like gone too long.
I like it. All good things.
Thanks, Sarah.
Love it.
Okay. Do you want to know about the latest in the D.B. Cooper case? Or
I don't even know who the fuck D.B. Cooper is.
D.B. Cooper was the guy who held a plane hostage, hijacked it, and then parachuted out, and they never figured out who it was.
Whoa!
This was like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about this.
Yes, we have, for sure.
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Wild.
And D.B. Cooper has been such a fun little mystery because nobody died. You know, there's like low stakes. Yeah. But like, who was this guy? Because he got away with it. He parachuted out of a plane with $200,000.
Yeah, there was money.
And escaped into the night. And there's all these suspects. I think there were like 700 suspects or more over the years. And they couldn't figure it out. So the latest in the D.B. Cooper case is that these two people came forward and said that they believed that their dad was D.B. Cooper, and he was one of the prime suspects. It's not like out of nowhere.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
And they say
that was it.
He died, and our mom died, and we were waiting for them to die because, like, we didn't want to, get them in trouble or whatever. But just so you know, there was this parachute in our garage, and then there's this like log journal of like where he was. Okay. So like, for starters, this was in Oregon, I think, and he held the plane hostage, got all his demands met, got the money, parachuted, escaped into the night. Then this guy, their dad, we already know this is true, hijacked another plane.
Okay. 100%. It looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, hijacks planes like a duck.
This is what's so funny. The article is like, but you know what's weird? He was in his 20s, and the people on the first plane said he looked like he was in his 40s. But he hijacked this other plane in the exact same way, got caught.
I can't.
Went to jail for it, and escaped jail.
Okay, 100% that's your guy.
Right.
If that's not your guy, then we're living in a parallel universe, and that's the other version of that guy from that other universe. So
exactly.
I don't know what you want from me. That's him in this universe or some other one. Sorry.
And he broke out of a maximum security prison. I mean, this guy, it's kind of like I feel like the lady on the plane from bathroom to bathroom. Like, you did it. You deserve that $200,000.
Yeah.
He is an expert hijacker.
Wow. And there should be some law about, like, you can't profit off of a crime, but I think your kids should be able to, and they should definitely make a movie out of that. Or so, like, I'm watching that movie.
Well, because there's a reward. They maybe will get the reword.
They need it. Oh, this is
like the family business. I love it.
Yes. Yes.
This is very Meister.
I love this.
We just don't have the discipline for this kind of thing. But it sounds about right, because now maybe they'll get the reward and they can like make movies or something.
Yeah.
And nobody died.
No, right. It's fine.
Right. It's fine. Who cares? You know? Anyway, so those are my stories for today.
Good stories.
Thank you. Excellent. I think it was really more about your reaction to them than like the quality of my content. But we're a good team.
That's what we do here. That's what we do.
It is actually what we do here. Thanks for listening, everybody. You know, just keep listening, using our codes.
Yes. Shop the Brain Candy Podcast codes page for all of your Christmas.
Oh my God, please do that.
Gifts.
Our sponsors will be like,
so
yes,
much.
You can have another year.
Yep.
That's a good idea. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.